Hello and welcome to Voice of the Nation. I'm your host, Stephanie Adair. Politics is something involved in every aspect in our everyday lives, and we've seen an increase in the younger generation showing interest and engaging in current events and voicing their opinions. Today, I'm here with Kittipum Trisam and Ploy Pat Sethakorn, who are both economic freshmen for Chulalongkorn University. Hi, thank you so much for joining us.
Your pleasure.
It's my pleasure. Hi.
Uh, so, um, I'll start with Cookie. So, when did your interest in politics start?
First of all, I do felt like politics affects me since I was young, but there the things that like make me really interested in politics is because politics affects me like directly. I can feel it through the society, the technology, the educations. Mm-hmm.
What about you, P?
I would say about when I was 12 because after reading books about politics, it's called Two Liberties from from a philosopher back in like 200 or 300 years ago, and I feel like that is very interesting me. It intrigued me um, to want to know more about politics because politics is all around us. It affects us in every aspect, like Cookie said. Yes.
Mm. So, why do you think that the new generation has taken more interest in politics, Cookie?
I think that my generations felt like it's unfair, so they take actions for politics like protest or do something like have a comments, have a voices over it. And yeah, the news is more accessible, so we're like not liable that like before.
Mm. What about you, P?
Well, I feel like this generation or our generation, right, are interested in politics because social media. And I think social media is more accessible to the news, right? Like not in the past. In the past, sources of government that can control us is radio and TV, but we didn't know that it would if it was true. So but now we have social media, right? Social media can spread the news. The government cannot fully control us, and I feel like this generation just want to protect their rights, and they know what's going on really, and they don't have the belief that old generation believe solely because social media control them to believe in.
So you're saying that with internet and social media, there's more news and more information that will travels faster, and there's more to choose from to understand what's going on, right?
Yes, I would say so. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, many countries in the world and many generations in are considering themselves as global citizens, with the whole world reaching each other really easily. Do you guys consider yourselves global citizens? Maybe P first.
Well, I would say so, yeah, because social media just eradicate the border of the countries already. I feel like that any people in the world who are able to access the internet will be able to know what's going on in any other countries in the world. And so I feel like that people nowadays just when they are curious of something, they can search it up on internet or YouTube, and they will know how to do it and anything that they want to.
Mm. What about you, Cookie?
I agree with P, and I feel like I'm a part of a global citizens. Yeah, because like information is more accessible and it's easy to get to know each other, to know their culture. Uh-huh. But somehow I felt like yeah, I am a global citizen, but not not like there's some part of the information that I can get access to it. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Mm. In your perspective, how much has Thai politics changed from past to present? P first.
Okay, so as I said earlier, people nowadays are more exposed to social media and internet. So I think people have changed mostly on the opinions on things, not in the past, because like government trying to force the belief, like I said in the first question, trying to force the belief, or it's called propaganda, to make that people believe in some things, in one things that the government want to. But as of right now, the opinion, the perspective on things are much wider compared to the past. So, and I think today is are more of a war in generation, like Gen Z to the Boomer or Gen Z to Gen X, things like that. Yeah.
Mm.
What about Cookie? How do you think? How much has it changed in your opinion?
It's still changed, but in some part, it's maybe some part is like identical, but it had changed in the sense that people in power may be more receptive, more but like listen to us more. But what has not changed is the nature of Thailand's administrative political system. Uh huh. Yeah, as you know, that Thailand has been no stranger to democratic disruption and political instability. Uh-huh.
Mm. So, how do you guys think that? How will Thai youth play a role in politics from now on? Cookie.
Maybe we can play an important role in kind of like a voting or being a member of some political party or standing as a candidate at an election for a political position, something like that. Mm-hmm.
Mm. What about UP? How do you think that Thai youth can play a role in politics?
Well, first of all, Thai youth, or we will call it Generation Z, right? The majority of us
Hmm.
can vote now. So I think Gen Z or Thai youth can contribute through the voting system. And maybe in the future, our Gen Z, our people can contribute in the way of being a member of political party, like Cookie said, or maybe a member of parliament, or they just want to be some political in political career like governor, mayor, or senator or something like that. But if like some people in our generation that who are not 18 yet, which cannot vote, right? They can just do the campaign, do the movement to and share their voice to the politician or to the society to make them aware of some problem that maybe some other people have not ever thought about it before. Yes.
Mm.
Mm. So, what are your expectations of Thai politics in the future, Cookie?
I hope that politics can be more transparent, non-invasive. Yeah, and maybe politics can reduce inequality. Like, inequality is not just about people's status, but better access to education. And uh, normal people can talk about politics anywhere, anytime, with anyone without race, religions, or age. hmm And I want
Mm.
the law to be more practical and not out of date. hmm Yeah,
So there should be an update on laws.
yeah. It's like
Uh,
nowadays
so,
it's so like slowly comparing to the nowadays situation.
Mm. What about UP? What are your expectations of Thai politics in the future?
Well, first, I hope that soldiers will not interfere Thai politics. I hope that soldiers will stay in their own path. I hope that, I mean, of course, soldiers can play a role in politics, but through their potential or knowledge in their brain. not throughout the army, not throughout the weapons. And I hope that Thailand will have no more deep state. Thailand will. I hope that it will be no more interfere in judging system, in the court system, and things like that. Because as we can see, um, the court just judging people throughout their emotion, not throughout the books, not throughout the the system, not throughout the things that it should be judged um, by the judge. I mean, yeah, and I hope that people will respect each other opinions more. I hope that people will respect people throughout the knowledge, throughout the wisdom that they have, not because of their race, their gender, their age. That's my expectation on
Mm.
on Thailand in the future. Yeah.
Hmm.
And with being so involved in politics from like at a young age like this, so do you think that in the future will you become a politician or want to be involved with working in politics? Maybe Cookie first.
Um, for my aspect, I think I am not like really into the politics sector or interested in politics that much. Maybe I would be the person that can push up the talented people, the people that more understandable than me about politics. Yeah, and like push up them to develop our country. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
What about you, P?
Well, in my humble opinion, I I actually am I actually have a high ambition on myself. Maybe when I am eligible, maybe when I'm 25, I will be a member of any political party that's suitable through my belief, right? And I will trying to be a member of parliament one day, or maybe I want to be a columnist to share, to write things on society, to share my knowledge, my opinions on things. And maybe in the future, if it's possible, maybe in 20, 25 years, I maybe I will form a party, and um, and I will go to the election, and maybe if it's possible, if people trust me, I want to be a prime minister in the future. Yeah.
That's very good. That's very ambitious.
Yeah.
so,
That's not how.
uh,
Yeah. Yeah.
so we'll be on the lookout for a very up and coming politician in maybe 20 years by the name of P.
Yeah, you can introduce me as a prime minister.
Prime Minister Kittipu Chusa.
so, another question that I really wonder. So you guys are economic majors, right?
Yes.
Yes. So, majoring in economics, does it give you a different perspective towards politics in terms of like uh different campaigns and policies that come out?
Um. Okay. Who give me?
P.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay.
Yeah.
Um. I would say a little bit, but not because I don't. Not because I don't know about economics, but because just a freshman, and I I have knowledge about political science more because I read books in politics and things like that. But I'm just a freshman, and this is a second semester. I don't know really deep, really much into the policy that the government trying to form and the benefit or the worst thing or the worst side of that. So maybe you can ask me this question again in 2 years, and I will give you a better answers for that.
I thought you were
Mm.
saying, ask me in 20 years.
Okay.
So, what about you, Cookie? Do you think that it gives you a different perspective?
It's good. It's good with me because I knew that if there's like a central bank and if it have like a freedom, uh, like it's not get involved in the government, so it will not making us like confused and like worried about the hyperinflation. Uh, yeah, I'm a freshman like P, so I think it do give me in the aspect that it's like our like money supply in the country. It if it's interfered by the government, it's really affects the people. Hmm. But for the specific information, I can give you in the future.
Oh, it's okay. Maybe in 20 years, like P.
Maybe.
I hope so.
So, I want to thank you guys so much for your time, for joining us today. ขอบคุณค่ะ
สวัสดีครับ
สวัสดีค่ะ And that's it for Voice of the Nation today. I'm your host, Stephanie Adair. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next time. สวัสดีค่ะ